Hey y'all, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Kaya in this thing, and today I will be giving you guys roommate advice because I feel like I had a roommate experience, let's just say that, and I have gathered advice from people who have had roommates, adults in my life, my cousin, she has helped me, and just other people who I know would possibly have advice for things, you know. So yeah, I have a whole list, and these are things that I believe are important. I have only had a roommate once. Right now I'm in a room by myself. My first advice I would like to give you is, if you see an issue, address the issue, okay? So me personally, I'm a very passive aggressive person. I give excuses to people when I shouldn't, which I have learned from that. Hopefully I won't do that in the future. But if you are, I would say just say it, you know, just say, oh, this is bothering me, can you stop? Or is there a way that we can come to an agreement on this situation, okay? So for an example, my past roommate that I had, she used to leave her dirty dishes by the sink. Like she had her own side of the sink, I had my own side of the sink. And I might have pictures. I think I took pictures because I was like, girl, this is nasty. And she would like leave them there to soak and they would get moldy. And I'm just like, who raised you? Like, for real, who raised you? It was disgusting. It was terrible. My next word of advice is to acknowledge your pet peeves and vice versa. You always have to respect your roommate, even if you don't want to. I feel like you should, or at least like do things in a respectful way. I don't think you should come at them all hostile and stuff just because so my example for this one is like an unclean toilet. Sometimes, let me just say, my suite mate, she would go to the restroom and it would be a hot mess. It was disgusting. It was horrible. I bought some toilet seat covers because of this, because it was disgusting. My second example is moving my things. My roommate did this like once or twice. She would just move my stuff. Like, I don't touch your stuff, don't touch mine. That's one of my pet peeves, because if you move my stuff to a place where I won't be able to find it, or where I know for a fact it wasn't there before, don't do it. So make sure you guys communicate your pet peeves to each other. When you address the issue going back, make sure it's clear. Like, make sure you have something at least written out, or like y'all can clearly understand each other, okay? So my next thing, this falls into my next word of advice, which is to communicate your boundaries. So this can be boundaries regarding your guests, how many guests come over, when they can come over, what time they can't come over, if they can spend the night. Like, at least for college, or at least at my college, I'm gonna say that, we share one room. It's not like an apartment kind of style dorm room. So we share one room, and yeah, I feel like that's important. The temperature of the room in my last dorm, we didn't have AC or anything like that. We only had heat, which was controlled by the school, so we couldn't even control that. So I don't think it really mattered, but that is important because some people like to be cold, some people like to be hot. And you should also communicate quiet times, what items you want to share, what items you don't want to share, what you want to be communal items and what you don't want to be communal. So like some people, they do toilet paper, which we were doing that. We were like, all three of us, because it was me, my roommate, and my suite mate, we were swapping who does the toilet paper, which it kind of went left when my suite mate didn't have any money to get toilet paper, so no one put toilet paper in the bathroom. So I was just like, why? And I was using my toilet paper. I mean, the whole time, most of the time I did use my own, and I just brought it with me, even when we were swapping. So I felt like it didn't concern me. And then the next thing is cleaning. What days you want to clean, how often you should clean, what circumstances are there where you should clean, like where nothing matters, like where you should just clean in that moment rather than waiting till the day. So like if you blow up the bathroom, clean the toilet, you know? If you drop something, pick it up. Don't just leave it there. I mean, especially if we can both see it. Like that's, for me, that's annoying. I don't know what would be annoying to you. I have a lot of things that are annoying, and I'm like a clean freak and a germaphobe, and I get grossed out easily, so yeah, it's tough for me having a roommate. My next word of advice is to use your resources. So on my campus, we have RAs, which are the residential assistants, and there's one assigned to every floor. So you can communicate with them if you're having an issue with your roommate, and they're supposed to be your mediator to the issue, like help y'all come to an agreement. We also have Res Life, which is the people who hire the RAs. So they're like the head, and they have their own offices. So sometimes I would have issues where my roommate was telling my RA that I was doing something wrong in the room, and then I would go talk to Res Life, and they would say that there was nothing wrong with what I was doing. I'm not gonna get into that though. Or you can have an external mediator, like someone you guys both agree on, because I know not everyone in college that has a roommate is living in a dorm. So you might want to have somebody, whether it's if it's like more than 2 roommates, then you can use another roommate to be your mediator, or a family member from both sides, or something, like just someone to help communicate your thoughts and how you're feeling, why you're feeling the way you're feeling. Make sure you understand that, because you also don't want to be unreasonable. Okay, next thing is create a contract. This is basically like an agreement of how you want things to be, ideally. Sometimes it doesn't always work out. You can alter it, or you can just talk to your roommate. So yeah, for my school, they have us do contracts where we go over basically all of this stuff that I'm discussing, more like the boundaries kind of thing, and we talk about like quiet hours and stuff like that. So that's very important to have a contract, even if you don't think it's necessary. It could be your bestest friend that you've had since you were little. You need a contract, because some people get out of line and they live different than when you see them. Like, it's different from going over to your friend's house and then living with your friend. So you want to think about that. Decorations, if applicable. If you want to decorate the same, you should communicate that. Or if you want to know how they want to decorate, ask them that and see if that's what you were thinking, and then you guys can just bounce off each other and decide who's going to pay for what and how that's going to be done, or who's going to own what, I guess you could say, because hopefully you're not going to be living with your roommate for the rest of your life. So what is shared, but also what belongs to you and what belongs to them. Okay, also you might want to ask them how they clean, because some people don't clean like you. Like I said, I'm a clean freak, so I clean everything. So you want to check on that, and come to an agreement kind of on how things should be cleaned, or like explain why you think it should be cleaned that way, and hopefully they will understand. And then also when you guys have conflict, you want to make sure that you're being reasonable. So I personally can be unreasonable, so I like to check with like family members, friends, and stuff like that, and I just ask them, hey, I'm having this problem with blah blah blah, my roommate, what do you think I should do, or how do you think I should react, or how should I address it? Because sometimes it's about how you address things, how you react to things, because people can shut down if you don't react the way that they like, you know. Because if someone's coming at me like, oh, you're dirty, you're disgusting, I'm gonna be like, Have you seen yourself? Like, I'm gonna come right back at them. Okay, I don't know what this category is or if it fits into something I already said, but I'm gonna just say it. You should have a conversation about what you expect the living situation to be like. So that's about buying groceries, and I said personal space, kind of like what's yours and what's theirs. Groceries, what if you guys do decide to share, like what things aren't to be touched, like maybe things that don't have your name on it can be shared, and things that do have your name on it you want to yourself. That's what I would do. And then my cousin, she wrote, don't be a dirty / lazy B word and make sure you keep up with chores. And that's on period. Don't be dirty. This is for you. This isn't for your roommate. You need to not be dirty because that's rude. If you want to be dirty, you need to get a room by yourself. You need to not have a roommate. And that's just how I see it. And then going back to, if you see an issue, address it. You should try to talk about it and come to a compromise. For example, if they don't like something that you do, then try to figure out a way so that you can still do it. If it's not unreasonable or if it's something that is part of your lifestyle, come to an agreement to where like maybe you only do it when they're not in the room. But yeah, I guess that's it. This is all of my advice that I have come up with. I hope it helps you or gives you a little guide. I hope you were taking notes. You better have been taking notes. Yeah, so like this video and comment down below any questions, comments, concerns, any roommate experience you've had, because I would love to do a video about my experience, but I'm not going to, at least right now. Maybe in the future, but I'm definitely not right now. Make sure you follow my social media, follow my Instagram and my Snap, and I'll put it on the screen. Be sure to subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. And deuces.